CT side. Looking for a double peek in the CPL area. Will they jump into the underpass, though, when they see that nobody's there? It's a four-man focus on mid for the CTs, but the entire Heroic team is towards B.
And towards B is also Freddy B, and he's got himself a USP and some headshots to go along with it. There's two. Third one almost there for Freddy B, but he's got support. He's got teammates to come in and give him some assistance, and that's going to be a clean sheet there for GODSENT, not dropping a single player. That's what you want to see if you are the Swedish side.
That's a good start.
Freddy B ready, man. He's ready.
That is a good start.
Ready, Freddy.
I recently followed all the Heroic players on Twitter. There are so many players in Counter-Strike. It's hard to follow everyone, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of people I'm not following, but it's not because I don't want to follow them. It's just because I don't even know who I'm following and I'm not following. I just don't know.
I try to keep the number down so that the feed is manageable and readable, but it's tough. CZ's the force spy running into that B site. Disco Doppler at a safe distance. He's at a safe distance right now. He's being very safe with his distance. But the bomb will go down. But they haven't lost a player, and I think that is fine. That's good. That's great. 2 players down though. This is turned into a great round for Heroic. They've done really what they set out to do. And you can see Snappy's just gonna. Where is he gonna go? Where's he off to? Hang on. So he's got a CZ and Kevlar, but that's just regular Kevlar. So he's actually gonna lose money.
He's not going to lose money because they planted the bomb.
Oh yes. He gains money, James.
Yes. You are thinking
He collects money.
if he died at a timeout. But no.
I am thinking this.
But
I
no.
don't know why, James. I think it's because I'm stupid, James. I think that's why. I think I'm stupid, James. I've got the stupid.
It's not often you see the smoke grenade thrown from the bottom part of the aerial. It's normally aimed at the top, the highest corner, if I'm not mistaken. As long as it does the job, and perhaps it will on this occasion. Yugi with that deagle, which he's almost made infamous, putting his team onto match point versus SK with that deagle over at E-League. See if he can do just as good here in ECS. 4 pistols remain for Heroic. Yugi, very fun to watch on the Heroic side.
He was the MVP in that game against SK, that best of 3 that they won. And this was the final map that they won, and in quite an incredible fashion too. There's some awesome stuff going on. They're hitting like everything. Hitting everything. Yugi scanning. They made a lot of Yogi Bear jokes for some reason.
That's poverty, man.
It is definitely, you know, you're definitely struggling for material. You are going to
well, they made Yu-Gi-Oh jokes as well.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh as well, yeah.
I don't even know what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Is it a card game?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is like, how do you...
I'm not anime. It's not a weeaboo.
Yeah, it's just like there's a character and he's got these cards, and then you go to this little battlefield, and then the cards kind of come to life on the battlefield, and that's what Yu-Gi-Oh is.
Not for me.
Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty cool, actually.
I'll take Pogs instead.
I bet you're into Digimon, weren't you?
No.
Digimon.
None of the Mons. Not Pokemon, not Digimon.
Why not?
Rachel.
What was your childhood like?
Rachel forced me to capture a Pokemon on her phone one day, but apart from that, that's like my entire journey of Pokemon.
So what happened to your childhood, James? Come on.
It's poor. It's poor and violent.
Nice.
Moving on.
Yeah, nice entry from Modi there. Look at these forward setups from the GODSENT side. Oh, the transfer not quite there. Very critically weak players, but Disco Doppler might not realize this. Of course, they don't know how much damage they've done. It's not like matchmaking, the tournament, the competitive rule set here. You know, you don't get to see how much damage you've done. So, Disco Doppler is just going to see 3 players, and he's going to be thinking some word that begins with F, James.
Fortitude.
Fiddlesticks.
Oh.
He's like, oh, fiddlesticks.
I was thinking mental fortitude.
That definitely, I don't know if that makes sense contextually, but okay. There's no mental fortitude there. James's head is being blown off by Modi.
Maybe it was a fallacy.
Modi is a beautician, he gave him a facial. Modi the beautician.
Facials can be painful. I can't imagine Modi as a beautician. I don't want to imagine Modi as a beautician.
Why?
Because it's scary.
Fair enough. I suppose that's a good reason.
I'd much rather him just playing Counter-Strike.
Also fair. And right now, the economy game between these two teams is really interesting. Obviously, Heroic just picked up the first buy round. And so GODSENT has spent everything. And Heroic, obviously losing a couple players, they aren't going to be too flush with cash either. So this is a really crucial round to sort of dictate who gets that initial momentum in this matchup. Beyond the pistol. And they have really favored these B plays, haven't they? They've really hit B hard in the pistol round, in the forced buy round, and now in their second buy round.
Clearing out the van area, very important. Dopplan positioning himself well, trying to hide most of his body, but he'll still get shot in the face, and ultimately that's going to be a problem. Dennis holding down a short area, but Modi has an angle, spots the smoke being deployed, but Nico still ready to take Dennis out. Man advantage for Heroic. Importantly, GODSENT have Twist looking to take the high ground, but there are two Ts there, one to focus on each angle, but Nico might be baiting his teammate. If Twist went up, I think he might have an angle on Yugi. So he could get taken down for free, but it seems that Twist will seek exits. So he'll use the off angle instead, and maybe he'll get himself a second kill. Yugi might not have enough health to survive the bomb explosion from that position. So he'll have to press on. As we all do when life is less than perfect, we must press on. It's a very English phrase.
Yeah. Press on. I do wonder if Heroic will be able to have a dominant performance against GODSENT, because against FaZe they got kind of blown up, and you don't really know how much that is, Heroic not having a good day versus FaZe just being really amazing, because they are super amazing. Fantabulous. FaZe the Fantabulous. Freddy B able to get a quick pick in mid there. That's a good start for GODSENT. And that sort of really puts the pressure onto Heroic to just make this play, well, to initiate this play into A and to make it work. Able to take the entry on a Twist. They isolated him, behind all those smokes. And now they will claim the bomb site. They've put their flag, their Danish flag, in the A site.
The retake may have just been shut down. 2 versus 4 is normally time to escape. Dennis, though, may feel exposed. Schneider, oh boy, that's one way to end a round. Don't worry about escaping. We will escape you from the server. The hatch. They got thrown through the moon door there.
Yep. Oh god, is it? I'm trying to remember what house it is.
What, with the moon door?
Yeah.
With that weird son?
Yeah.
Who's like still
God.
breastfeeding or something?
Yeah, he was.
He was on breastfeeding hype, right? He was like 12, like give me them boobies.
Well, it was. I don't think it was him so much. I mean, he was sort of like a bit
mollycoddled.
Yeah, and he was also, I think, underdeveloped in some way. Like he was very small for his age, very frail, very weak. I'm not sure exactly. Is it Aaron? Something Aaron? I can't really remember. There's so many. There's a lot of names in.
Trying to remember things. It's never
in the song of Ice and Fire, James. Well, it's fine. I mean, people will inform us. What is this? The Deagle's doing some work. The hand cannons providing some assistance here for GODSENT. Oh my god. I can see that happening. Schneider causing quite the ruckus there in the shadow position. There's no Molotov for him. So he's just going to be able to stay here. And it looks like they're just in this horrible sort of thing that you see in matchmaking sometimes. We're like, okay, we're stuck. All we can do is hold angles.
Ooh, do GODSENT want to engage them in this situation? They ideally want them to try and push the site as opposed to poke through with the long-range weapons. GODSENT have only managed to collect a Mac-10 along with these Deagles. So what do GODSENT do? They don't have any smokes or any grenades of any description. S-Tag dropping one towards CT. That seems to be the idea. Maybe the Deagles can play around that. That's the only grenade Heroic have. They are all in the meat market, and they might get put on the meat hooks by these Deagles. One shot will take any of these players down. They've got to be really careful indeed. Oh, that's a great start. The headshot, no less, from Schneider. And there goes Modi. Yugi, save the AWP if you can. He really has to run for it. 10 seconds left. Just run. Just hope you can make it past. That will work as well.
That's kind of a big deal too, because that's one less player to pick up a rifle at the end of this round. I made some progress, James, with my memory. I remembered one more thing.
Okay.
Is Lady something of the Veil. Of the Veil. It's of the Veil.
Lady something.
I
That's what you remember.
I can't remember, but she's of the Veil. Obviously, also dead now. Dead now, of course. They're all dead now, of course. What is her name? Anyway, we've got Heroic and GODSENT with those full buys, the lovely full buys. Heroic need to convert here. GODSENT picking up those AKs, loving life at the moment. And pressuring middle, I like to see that. GODSENT definitely a team that does like to be active. And that is important. Keep the information, keep the pressure up. Heroic favoring B apps a lot so far in this half. And now it maybe feels like the B play is all they can go for. They've got that B apps control. They've got one player in middle, that's Yugi, but he's sort of stuck at top mid. He can't really progress with an AWP by himself. It's just not safe. They don't have the utility really to back him up either. So I'm not sure. Yugi's just going to be controlling rotation, and here's the main push into B.
Dopplan, can he get any more than this? Oh, twist with a great angle that allows Dopplan to reposition. This is a strong position, but an expected one as well. But when you're 5 versus 2, doesn't matter if they expect it. What can they do in this situation? Falling apart for Heroic. Yugi's been spotted. He heard the burst from the M4, so he may need to reposition. Such a long time, though, for them to try and save. They've abandoned the bomb. Modi will, I assume that Modi will be support to help Yugi save the AWP now. Heroic, their options have been taken away, stolen away, forced. Take man Twix by force, Dan. Take man Twix by force.
What does that mean?
If you don't know Take Man Twix by force, I would just suggest looking for it. It's a great video. Some grime rapping. It's awesome. Video of the month, Take Man Twix by force.
It's not even really grime though, is it? It's not really anything. It's just terrible, isn't it?
It's great. What are you talking about? It's great.
It's a terrible video.
It's fantastic. It's outstanding. I'm ready to pick up the vinyl. Take Man Twix by force.
Do you have any vinyls?
No. I wish that. Oh my god! Oh my god! What sensitivity is that? Because I can't do that. I can't do that. That was great, but it wasn't enough. If I had vinyl, it would be UK Garage. And I would need my Technics 1210s, but I would need so much space for all the records that I need to go digital and get those little Pioneer things.
Yeah, I want to get some decks and then just do everything digital. I think it'd be fun.
But the beat matching takes all the fun out of mixing it. When you used to get the vinyls and actually mix the tracks as opposed to beat matching, that was a lot of the fun.
I mean, how does that work? Because I understand how beat matching works, but I don't know how it's different with vinyls.
Well, vinyls is manual. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can do it manually as well with. That's how I did it with decks before.
What, with digital decks? We'll come back to this in an eco round.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this round is developing, we've got a third and a fourth player moving back towards the A site and collecting the bomb. And there may be 2.5 people here for GODSENT. I say half because one player's in the window. Maybe he gets smoked off, who knows. Schneider is in an interesting position in that he's isolated from his teammates. If Heroic check that position, which it isn't necessarily easy to. Okay, that's interesting. They're smoking the site in half. These are not the usual smokes that we're used to, and they're moving through, but Twist is up on the high ground, taking Nico out. Maybe spotted a second player. The bomb's getting planted, but Schneider won't reveal his position. He'll just move into a better one. In the meantime, Doppelman gets taken down. We've got Snappy on the site, but he's going to be exposed once the smokes go away, and there it is. Schneider takes him down, and the CTs have got great angles on A now. Yeah,
well, we'll come back to exactly how the setup works with these smokes, but you can see the GODSENT, they are allowed to keep a portion of the site, and this changes the dynamic significantly. They're in a great spot right now. Is that bomb available? It is, but Yugi will go down, so it's now up to Modi driving from connector. Misses the first shot, has to get somehow it's S-Tag to get the kill onto Schneider, but the trades are there. That had a lot of promise. But yeah, you have to be so cautious of, like we saw, I think, a player get caught when the smokes went away. Yeah, here it is. Who is that? Snappy. Yeah, Snappy got caught. So I think he just wasn't aware that the smokes were vanishing at that point.
I mean, he should be, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you kind of should be aware of how that dynamic works. Like, you want to get the front of the site. You don't care about clearing it out. You have to take secret. You have to take jungle, rather, and connector really quickly and have middle and so on. Like, these are, like, very key things. Then abandon the site.
Ooh, normally you would have a second smoke for a push like this, but it's not a charge into short. Snappy takes Freddy down from the back as well. Schneider's got a lot of work to do, as does Dopplan. 4 players moving towards B bomb site. He has a smoke to dance around. Morty's head gets popped like a grape. S-Tag taken down from Twist, who's coming to support Dopplan, who finally goes down. Twist with a great angle towards the van. The trades continue. Nico with the UMP can plant the bomb. He knows where Twist is, where he can face from. Oh, he's so close to that angle.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Okay, he's safe. He's off in the back somewhere in the distance. Vanished. Twist wants it. He wants that peak, but it's not going to happen. He's going to make his way forwards. Can he find a way to bait out Nico? That UMP is going to be really good here. The running accuracy is going to be very helpful. And oh, Twist ready, steady.
Nice.
Shoot Nico in the chest with an AWP. That's
ready, steady, nice.
Ready, steady, AWP. Nice. So yeah, that was pretty sick there from Twist. I mean, Nico could really be approaching him from any position. That's just pure reactions. What a big clutch, man. And what a big, that's a massive, it's an enormous, gargantuan, mammoth clutch, James. It's ginormous. I'm trying to think of more adjectives here to describe size.
Gargantuan is good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So
Behemoth.
GODSENT have gone for the SK YouTube special towards the A slope. This is once Fallen made that video explaining what they do with the setup. Everybody picks it up, as they should. It's a nice setup. And on this occasion, Modi can't do anything about it. But perhaps he was selling a fake, which maybe, surely, Twist has spotted 3 people towards short. Great angle, taking S-Tag out. And that angle that Orpus holds, that's deep. You can flash them off this. You just have to bounce it off the wall. It's doable, but maybe not in a short space of time where you don't know what's going to happen once that first kill has come in. A perfect round from GODSENT. Not a single player lost. Twist delivering 3 kills. Lovely stuff for them. Heroic not having a good T-half on Mirage.
These frags are really, really nice from Twist, especially the second one. For some reason, these shots feel really inconsistent when the player model is jumping in the air like that, but he manages to nail it. And Twist seems to be having a great game so far. He's already got 13 kills on the board, as you can see. So this is awesome. Twist was a player that was talked about for a very long time, and we'll come back to this. GODSENT are aggressive in middle there. They'll spot nothing, and do they realize in time? They have players to rotate quickly for this, so Heroic going for this set piece again. Will it be oh, actually, this is the more standard one. Will it be successful? CZs.
They need to flash. They've got 1 flash on S-Tag. They need to go through these smokes to try and close the distance and plant the bomb, but he will prioritize planting the bomb. S-Tag doing everything, carrying the flash, carrying the bomb, and he will not be able to plant it. There was a gap in the smoke, and it will be punished, but that's a nice shot. But they can't get the guns. Schneider's still here, but he's got to be careful. 11 bullets left, and there's a second trade. Snappy now, last man standing, taking Dopplan out. Can he pick anything up? He's got 8 bullets. Oh, that's a great headshot. Down to the 1 versus 1. He has no idea where Freddy B is. Staying near Sandwich, Freddy B, bottom of connector, trying to use the range. DCZ so dangerous. 48 seconds. Snappy giving sound cues away, but he was close enough to the pillar to stay alive, and now he can close the distance, and Freddy B will try to put a distance between them again, but Snappy with the CZ, 3 kills with the CZ. That is crazy stuff from Heroic, but a desperate round from them.
Yeah, I have no explanation for this. We saw a lot of great shots from basically everybody. GODSENT looks so quick. I wanted to say snappy, but then I'm like, that's the word I want to use. It's a really apt word, but I can't use it because then it's, yep. So anyway, they were very quick and precise with their shots, and so I felt like they would have a really, really awesome defense there. But somehow Heroic, stepping up, and this is what they did against SK, showing individually that they are strong. And a cool little 2-man push here in the Palace position from GODSENT just to mix things up and to keep Heroic guessing. And Heroic now down 2 players. This is an awful position to be in.
Yeah, they were all over towards A more or less, so they couldn't try to make a fast play towards B based on a 2-man push, which maybe they wouldn't do anyway. GODSENT all over the map, and they've left Twist in this position, very unlikely, maybe not expecting the second player there, and he will get taken down. 4 versus 3. Still advantages here for the CT side. Doplan towards B on his own. The rest of the team focused on the A site, just having a cursory look towards mid, seeing if anything's going on, and seeing if a split is in order, trying to figure out what Heroic will do with their remaining players. However, with 3 players left in Heroic, it's likely that it's going to be the A play. So they will leave the extra man there. Then it's now in the middle of mid. Playing an off angle. Trying to take players by surprise. Should they move over there, he can quickly rotate towards A. But there's still tons of utility here for Heroic. They can still smoke off more things and try to execute. Try and do something.
Well, they Molotov Freddy B though. He's very dangerous right now. Comes to push there. As Molotov forced out of position, still gets the frag though. There's no one to punish him just yet, and he's going to make it onto the site. There is the eventual trade, but this has come up too short here for Heroic. They only have Nico left, and now he's dead as well. GODSENT doing a really good job on the CT side. I do wonder if there's, how much the carryover is for GODSENT onto the T side, because obviously, one thing that we're seeing from GODSENT is that Swedish, individual ability, hitting those crisp shots. The T side is a different story. Another set piece onto A. We've seen a lot of these. And another push in middle from GODSENT. Seen a lot of those.
Yeah, GODSENT have the freedom of the map at the moment in these dying rounds of the first half, and that is a great shot to slow down this push from Heroic. They're leaving 1 CT on the site. He knows there's nobody in Sandwich. But maybe Twist will get some confidence to push in. Maybe not. S-Tag, it's his turn with the CZ, taking Schneider down. There is a rifle to collect. If Schneider could stay alive, then maybe Twist would have jumped in, but trying to hold down the connector area for his teammate who's on short, and he will do that. Pre-firing towards the Palace. There is a player there. In the meantime, Freddy B will use that distraction to take Yuki down in the middle of the site, leaving Modi with 11 HP. They've planted a bomb at the very least. He'll get put out of his misery by Dennis. And it's another round in the bag for GODSENT. 10-4, 4 players surviving. Money's fine for the last round. It's all good in the hood. If your hood is GODSENT.
Yeah, they're having a good half so far. That is for certain. James, man, you were flying the Danish banner earlier. You were doing the Anders. You had the belief in Heroic. Where's your belief at now?
Well, what I said was, it's down to GODSENT to give us these performances. Again, they're essentially they're essentially a young team. Of course I had a way out. Of course. I'm like the Joker. You can put me in prison, but I'll still escape.
So another set piece onto the A-bomb sites. Another AWP in the hands of Twist. And another bit of mid-aggression from GODSENT. We're seeing a lot of the same things from that perspective in these rounds. And here they go. Yuki is with the scout. He's going to be, I imagine, coming from underpass. So they're going to try to plant for the front of the site or for short, but that's not going to happen at this point. A lot of good fragging done by the GODSENT side. These grenades have not provided the coverage they needed to.
No, they positioned themselves the same as they did last time and been punished the same as they were last time. Twist over the smoke, taking down the player towards Sandwich. And I was wondering what the post-plant situation would be for Heroic, because it was lacking in once the smokes had dissipated. The previous time they did execute, but we didn't get anywhere close to that. Snappy alone with the bomb in mid. Nothing working for Heroic there. They didn't have a lot of possession in the mid area, not well, presence.
Yeah.
Primarily, there wasn't much presence there, and they were punished for it. They were punished severely by GODSENT. They were flayed, you may say.
Wow, going full Bolton on us. Are you really going for the Game of Thrones references today? Game of Thrones.
Yeah, man.
Song of Ice and Fire. But we did see that they were trying to get Yugi through BAPS into the bomb site, into the short, to scout onto the bomb. But a lot of things that could go wrong, though, and they definitely did. Anyway, onto the pistol. We have GODSENT looking for that play into B. And Snappy will take down Freddy B. I wonder if that's any kind of... Well, it doesn't matter. They have the info now. S-Tag will spot the push in. Ooh, that's a fast one from Dennis. And the bomb goes down.
What can the CTs do? This is an important kill for Modi, and he delivers it, but there's a trade fragger here for the Ts and support from Doplan as well. Great fast reaction from Doplan to control the market area, and the market is firmly closed as far as the CTs are concerned. Nico with a great pop onto top plan. There's some revenge. 2 versus 2. There's no kit for these CTs. There is Kevlar though, but ultimately it's about the headshots. Schneider, Nico, last 2. Schneider playing around the smoke, and it may be hard for Nico to identify this. Patient play from Schneider. Not going crazy with his crosshair as some players do. And that's a huge pistol round. A huge pistol round for GODSENT. It's a very large one. It's Titanic size, but it's not crashing into an iceberg.
Not yet, at least. Not yet.
You know, it's an icebreaker. There are some ships, I think they're called icebreakers, where they go, you know, that go around the Atlantic. I almost said surf the Atlantic, sail the Atlantic. I believe they're called icebreakers. I'm getting nods from production. See, I'm really smart, Dan.
Why are you telling me that?
Well,
Shouldn't
about
it be evident?
icebreakers, or because of that I'm smart?
Okay.
I don't know. I literally don't know that. I don't know why I'm saying this.
Doesn't sound like a very smart thing to say, James.
It's just I'm at peace, man. Doesn't matter. I don't need reasons to say things.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good shot. That's a lovely connection there from GODSENT. From Twist. A lot of standing around at the moment from GODSENT. They aren't really taking the action to Heroic just yet, but they are starting to mosey on over to the B side of the map. They've got a lot of presence in apps, and Gestag spotted it. He's got the CZ in his hands, and he will now be dead, and it's firmly out of his hands. And the bomb site will be claimed by GODSENT. Again, a lot of favor towards B today on Mirage.
They should put him in the back of the van as well.
And take him where?
Well, you don't have to take him anyway, just put him in the van.
Okay.
Make the place slightly tidier.
Oh, that's a nice one. I suppose it would be the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, just pop him in the
Clean
van.
up your mess.
Pop him in the van.
Yugi just trying to get some exits here. Deagle really good around those positions. Modi with a very painful off angle, but it's been spotted here. Disco off plan looking at all the angles, so it's fine.
It's good. It's good that Doplan stayed. Was hugging the wall there because it provided some cover for his shadow. But also, you want to be as far away as possible. But it's just a nice extra touch that it didn't give his shadow was not visible because he was hugging the wall. Have you ever hugged the wall, Dan? Out of your own volition or because of the police?
I'm pretty sure I've run into walls before, and I would imagine I've hugged them as well at some point.
I ran into a fence before.
I've run into like those things that you attach your bike to.
That could be like a number of things.
Yeah, I suppose like this little metal sort of tubes.
D-shaped things that go.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, those.
That's quite impressive.
I
That is an
smashed
achievement.
my face into one of those once and knocked myself out.
Wow. How did you get your face? I mean,
I was very young, so I was quite short.
Okay. Never mind. GODSENT looking for their 14th round. There's an AK on Modi. He's got the high ground. The intention was A for GODSENT. There's a player on ramp as well. It's Snappy. So GODSENT have got some clearing out to do. Flying Mac 10s. The jumping accuracy of the MP9 is superior to I think to all the SMGs, just so you know. I actually looked that up. Yes, I did. That is how much I know doubt about this game. Modi will try to hold on to his AK at this point. Other choices have been taken away. 2 kills for him, but Heroic it's looking like a non-starter on Mirage here today.
Yeah.
Versus GODSENT.
And GODSENT haven't really done anything really fast just yet. They could start switching things up and become a bit explosive if they wanted to. Or they could just keep doing more of the same. Obviously, it is pretty early days here for the sides on the second half, although GODSENT could make it over pretty soon, as they are on 14 rounds. This could our plan. Are you going to get an AWP? We didn't see him AWPing at all recently, so it doesn't seem like he AWPs that much anymore, at least on GODSENT. Okay, what is the plan? Ah, yes. Are they going to go fast A? If they go contact A, I'll be really happy, but it looks like they're going to go for a set piece instead. There's very limited grenades, counter grenades here for Heroic, so this is actually going to be really good in the long term. After they get on the site. Modi could cause a problem. If he gets a kill preemptively before the push comes in, that's a problem.
Schneider knows his angles. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
He knows this is a possibility, but... Oh, that is so good from Schneider. That is so good. Doesn't matter if he doesn't get the kill. Really smart stuff from him. Eventually, though, his team will trade for him. Snappy will be checked for despite being tight in the corner. Meticulous play from GODSENT.
Yeah, that was awesome. And Yugi's going to be trying to lock down CTs. Very low, 19 health for him as the bomb is planted. And GODSENT start to scurry away to effective post-plant positions. And Heroic, again, they don't have much with the grenades. They have 2 smokes, though. That would be pretty nice. But speaking of nice, long-range shot from Dennis there to make the, or rather, to lighten the burden. See more players coming in. Dennis! Oh, he's so good, isn't he? He's so good at this game.
Really nice stuff. Great spray transfer from Dennis. And again, it was cool to see Schneider knowing his angles so well. I mean, how many people...
What an ace, man.
How many people will check that? Dennis ace?
Yes.
Sexy.
He is quite the man, quite the player. He was beasting yesterday. He was beasting all over the place. And one thing that's good about that push from GODSENT is that they sort of, when that first frag came in, they immediately went for trades, and I think they sort of abandoned the sort of some of the nades. I don't think they threw everything. I think they were just like, okay, we have to go now, get the trades, and they managed to win the round off of that. So quick push into connector is going to go right though for GODSENT. Snappy stepping up to the level with the UMP, and now that he's delivered, GODSENT must adapt. What are they going to do now? Resmoke there for middle just to make sure that they can progress, deny information. I don't think Heroic is in their interest right now to push for information into middle either, so... Ooh, that is a big one. It's a big one, James.
They know at least 2 people are in the mid area. They don't know where the 3rd guy is. So... that's Heroic. They don't know where the 3rd GODSENT player is. And he could be lurking towards A or B, which limits what they can do. But S-Tag, maybe there's a read or a gamble that it will be an A play, and S-Tag's close towards short. He will hear some movement. But does he identify that there's a player very close to him in the ladder room? GODSENT are running this clock down really badly. This could be a disaster for them, or it might not be. Oh, S-Tag trying to go past the flashbang, doesn't quite get the correct angle, just in case somebody was going to face early. He faces. There is a good plant, but will they get Twist on the high ground? That would be key. He's got the AWP as well, but maybe he can't cross there because Yugi is already in the market.
And this is it. Heroic have to win this round. They need to do something here, but it just feels like it's so hopeless. Yugi, I mean, these choke points are so severe. There's so many players here to cover this. Dennis is in pretty much the perfect spot. Even if you know he's here, it's just so hard to deal with, and you already have to deal with Twist as well, who's been connecting everything with the orb. In comes Yugi, there goes Yugi, and there goes Heroic. GODSENT have kicked them off the server. Mirage, a dominant